Alright, so we have two Nintendo Directs to discuss today. One happening tomorrow, and one that's more hypothetical. Tomorrow we are getting a Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct. And then, of course, we usually tend to have Nintendo Directs in September, so, of course, there are rumors and stuff that that's going to be happening again this year. Alright, so yesterday, Nintendo of America tweeted, "Join us for an in-depth look at Mario's latest 2D side-scrolling adventure in the live-streamed Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct. August 31st, 7 a.m. PT, 10 a.m. ET, roughly 15 minutes. Watch the hashtag Super Mario Bros. Wonder, hashtag Nintendo Direct here." And then there's a link. I'm Eastern Standard Time, so 10 a.m. for me. And I'll be streaming this Direct, so feel free to watch alongside with me. The Direct is only 15 minutes long, so it's a rather short one. The very existence of this Direct has people wondering if we'll still get a September Direct. Why not save the 15 minutes of Mario Wonder information we'll be getting tomorrow for that September Direct, if it does indeed exist? Well, personally, I do believe it does exist, and we will be getting a September Direct as usual. And I'll explain why I think that in a bit. But first, let's talk about leakers, because the Mario Wonder Focus Direct here was actually correctly predicted before it got officially announced. Zippo, in their blog earlier this week, posted that a Mario Wonder blowout would be happening this week, and the next day the Direct was announced. So props to Zippo for calling this one. Although even they write in their blog that they don't know why this Direct is happening instead of just saving the information for a September Direct, having it happen during the September Direct. Either way, Zippo was right about this one. And there's actually a tiny bit of leaker drama going on here. The very prominent leaker who has been calling a lot of Nintendo stuff lately, Pyro over on Twitter, or X now, or whatever people are calling it, didn't say anything about a Mario Wonder Direct prior to this announcement. However, on Sunday, they posted a tweet kind of calling out Zippo for Zippo's earlier prediction of a September Direct happening this year. Pyro posted this tweet saying, "Even my cat can leak a Nintendo Direct will air soon in September." Basically because everyone seems to assume a Nintendo Direct will happen in September. We basically always get one, so Pyro is saying predicting one isn't really anything special. It's hardly a prediction. But I'd also say Pyro seems to be backing a September Direct happening while simultaneously taking this shot at Zippo. Since they said anyone's able to predict it, their cat's able to predict it, that basically means Pyro is also predicting it, right? So good news for a September Direct happening this year. However, again, ironically, Pyro did not predict the Mario Wonder Direct that Zippo did correctly predict. So, I don't know, just a bit of drama here with Pyro calling out Zippo like that. Can't we all just get along? No need to have a leak off and so you can out-leak the other leaker. It's, come on, it's pointless, people. Personally, I follow both of them. Pyro has been much more consistent than Zippo. Yes, that's true. Pyro is basically always right so far. Zippo has often been wrong, while Pyro has a very clean track record. So I do, of course, put a lot more weight into anything that Pyro posts. But Zippo does get stuff right now and then. They seemingly do have connections, and clearly they can hear about stuff Pyro misses, like the Mario Wonder Direct. Frankly, there's just not a ton of people out there with real information, especially Nintendo stuff. So I suggest listening to anyone and everyone who has some credibility from correctly predicting something in the past. Anyone who's shown they're able to do that should probably be listened to. Alright, so before we talk more about that rumored September Direct, let's talk about this Mario Wonder Direct that we're getting tomorrow. The main reason I think it's happening and why it's been separated from potentially being part of the hypothetical September Direct is because I assume this will be somewhat of a send-off for Mario's voice actor, Charles Martinet. Nintendo recently announced Martinet is stepping down from the role of voicing Mario. He will now be a Mario ambassador for Nintendo, traveling and meeting fans and stuff like that, but no longer voicing the character in games. Mario Wonder is likely the first game he is not voicing Mario in. Fans even noticed Mario's voice in Wonder sounding a little different prior to this announcement. Likely a part of this Direct will feature Martinet and Miyamoto, and very likely passing the torch and introducing whoever the successor to Martinet is who will now be voicing Mario from now on. I just kind of assume they want to give that moment, that passing of the torch moment, a showcase to itself. And that's my guess for why this Mario Wonder Direct is happening at all, instead of simply being part of the hypothetical September Direct. I imagine doing that will eat up a few minutes, so as for what else will be in this 15-minute Mario Wonder video, obviously I expect some gameplay and probably an explanation for some of the playable characters, power-ups, and the Wonder game mechanics, but we could also see some info about online functionality, as the Super Mario Bros. Wonder website mentioned online play. Also, very likely we could see a new Mario Wonder-themed Switch shown off. A leaker, Bill Kun, said a red Super Mario-themed OLED Switch model is coming, so I assume we'll see it shown off there. Also, for anyone out there thinking the very existence of this Mario Wonder Direct could count out the possibility of us getting a September Direct, like we're getting the Mario Wonder Direct instead of a September Direct, historically speaking, we've had plenty of years where September Directs were preceded by specific game-focused Directs in August. 2018, for example, had the Smash Direct, where we got Simon and K. Rool announced, followed by the September Direct where Isabelle was announced. So that was a year we got both an August game-focused Direct and a general Nintendo Direct in September. Actually, even last year we had a Splatoon 3 Direct in August, followed by the usual September Direct. Actually, oddly enough, both of the September Directs I just mentioned happened on September 13th. And we have reason to believe the 13th might be the date for a Direct again this year. Alright, so going back to that post by Pyro, where they simultaneously called out Zippo and kind of backed up the existence of a September Direct by saying that even their cat could predict one this year, if we go to the comments section, Necrolipe wrote, "But your cat can't say the week." Pyro jokingly replied with just quotations on the week, but further down, Pacoon Knight wrote, "What do you think of the number ... 13? And Pyro actually liked that tweet. Now that is not Pyro saying the Direct will be on the 13th or even the week of the 13th, but it gives a little bit more weight to that date. However, if we do some simple calculations, the week of the 13th, or even the 13th itself, does seem very, very likely for when a September Direct could actually happen. Directs tend to happen on Wednesdays. Tomorrow's is on a Thursday, but they do tend to happen on Wednesdays. The beginning of the month is Nintendo Live. Plus, it's going to be very close to our Mario Wonder Direct that we're getting right now. The Tokyo Game Show starts on September 21st. So, the week of the 13th is the most open week for something like a Nintendo Direct. And Nintendo might want to get some games announced before the Tokyo Game Show. Nintendo doesn't have anything else major going on in the middle of the month there. Probably too soon to call an exact date, but that's a good ballpark guess for when the Direct might be anyway, the 13th or the week of the 13th. I'll save going really in-depth with what could be in a potential September Direct for a future predictions video after a Nintendo Direct actually gets officially announced, but a few things I think could be there. Mario Kart 8 has one more wave of DLC with our two final characters having to get revealed there, so I suspect that'll happen at some September Direct. Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC will likely also have to get shown off. We have only two more known NSO N64 games to get, Mario Party 3 and 1080 Snowboarding, so I figure at least one of those will get announced at a Direct. Also earlier today, Pokemon tweeted out, "Get ready for the next battle," with a picture of Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. "Get ready for the next battle" is a line from the Tekken series. Pokemon has a spin-off game called Pokken, which is a reference to Tekken. It's basically Pokemon Tekken. We just had a Pokemon Presents, but since Pokken is made by Bandai Namco, so it's sort of like a third-party Pokemon game, if that even makes sense to say for the multiple company-owned franchise like Pokemon, maybe they'd save revealing a sequel to Pokken for a Nintendo Direct rather than have it shown off at a Pokemon Presents. Who knows? The other big question for a September Direct is whether or not a Switch successor console could actually get revealed there. There are a ton of rumors about a Switch successor console happening. So many, it's basically become a meme that leakers keep claiming a Switch successor console is coming, which is why I generally have avoided covering all of these constant leaks and evidence that we're going to be getting one. But truth is, I've personally heard rumors myself from very reliable sources. Nothing too specific about what it's going to be like as a console, just that the plan is for a Switch successor console to release next year. So would a September Direct be too early to show that off? I assume the Switch successor would be later on next year, and some people might think announcing it now could kill, like, 2023 holiday sales for the Switch, if people know that a successor console is coming out so soon. But if they announced and price dropped the Switch, it hasn't had a price drop yet, that could actually invigorate Switch sales for the holiday season. I don't know if we'll see a Switch successor console shown off soon, or if it'll just get shown off next year or what. But yeah, unless there's some production issue or something, we are talking about creating and shipping physical hardware after all here. What I've been told and what a ton of rumors support, a lot of evidence is pointing towards, we should be getting a Switch successor console next year. Maybe we'll see it in the September Direct, maybe not. Lastly, I actually want to talk about, of all things, Super Smash Bros. And the potential return to the series in some form we could potentially see happen. Sakurai recently talked about the future of the Super Smash Bros. Series in one of his YouTube videos. I actually have been hearing some slight whispers, some rumors about the Smash series possibly being revisited. Emphasis on rumors here though, I don't want to overhype anyone here too much. We just got the Pyra and Mythra Amiibo released, so whether or not we get a Sora Amiibo at all might really hinge on what happens in this September Direct. If it's happening, I assume the Sora Amiibo would be revealed there. All the other characters in Smash have their Amiibo released. Surprisingly, there is actually some other signs pointing to us actually getting a Sora Amiibo and potentially them revisiting Smash in some way. There's a big restock of Smash Amiibo on the way. In the past, these restocks have coincided with promoting Super Smash Bros., such as when Smash has gotten announcements for the game or DLC happened. The Smash Bros. GameCube controllers are also being restocked. The last times that happened were for Smash Ultimate's release and the announcement of Fighter Pass 2. Finally, Art Swift, an Amiibo seller who has accurately predicted Amiibo restock in the past, claims a Sora Amiibo is coming. Sora, of course, does not have Amiibo data in the game currently, so an update would have to happen to add that. The game hasn't updated in almost 2 years. So as far-fetched as it sounds, it's possible Smash could actually have some announcement soon. I've been waiting to see if Smash 64 could get on the NSO with online support, waiting to see if Sora gets an Amiibo, and of course it'd be awesome if we got like Fighter Pass 3 or a Smash Ultimate Deluxe announced or something like that. Could be incredible. Again, don't want to overhype it though, but yeah, there's some signs it could happen. There's a lot more I'd like to say about the possibility of the Smash series returning in some form, but I think I'll save it for its own video. Hopefully I'll get around to doing that this weekend if I have the time. Alright, well that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. The Super Mario Wonder Direct is at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming it, so feel free to watch alongside with me. If you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, feel free to leave a comment below.
Remember to like the video, leave a comment in the section below, and subscribe to Papa Gino's
Twitter, Patreon, Discord, Twitch.